What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to MMA Rewind, your home for the most in-depth UFC breakdowns and analysis. We're just days away from UFC 315 in Montreal, where Belal Muhammad puts his welterweight title on the line for the first time against Australia's Jack Della Maddalena. This matchup is absolutely fascinating. In one corner, we have Belal, remember the name Muhammad, the pressure wrestler who dominated Leon Edwards to capture gold. In the other, we have Della Maddalena, a knockout artist with devastating power who's rattled off 17 straight wins. Today, we're diving deep into both fighters' styles, their paths to this moment, and what to expect when they clash this Saturday. Let's get into it. Let's start with our champion. Belal Muhammad is riding an incredible 11-fight unbeaten streak, with his last loss coming all the way back in January 2019 against Jeff Neal. What makes Belal so effective is his relentless pressure and cardio. Just look at what he did to Leon Edwards at UFC 304. Muhammad executed a flawless game plan, applying constant pressure, high-volume striking, and completely controlling the pace. Edwards landed at 66% accuracy, but only threw 71 significant strikes, way below his usual output. The numbers tell the story. Muhammad secured 9 takedowns on 13 attempts and accumulated over 12 minutes of control time. That's almost half the fight spent controlling one of the best welterweights in the world. Here's what makes Belal dangerous. He's not just a wrestler. Against Gilbert Burns, he landed 132 significant strikes across 5 rounds, overwhelming him with volume. His pressure makes opponents uncomfortable, and he's only been knocked out once in his career, back in 2016 against Vicente Luque. Muhammad was originally scheduled to face Shavkat Rakhmonov at UFC 310, but a bone infection forced him out. When Rakhmonov was booked elsewhere, the UFC pivoted to Della Maddalena, creating this intriguing stylistic clash. Jack Della Maddalena is one of the division's most exciting prospects. After losing his first 2 professional fights, he's gone on an incredible 17-fight winning streak, including 7 straight in the UFC with 5 stoppages. What makes JDM so dangerous is his boxing-heavy approach. He has fast hands, excellent distance management, and serious knockout power. 12 of his 17 wins have come by KO or TKO. His breakthrough moment came against Gilbert Burns at UFC 299. Burns dominated the early going with wrestling, securing 3 takedowns in the first round and 2 more in the second. But Della Maddalena weathered the storm and landed a perfectly timed knee in the 3rd round that led to a TKO victory. That win showcased both his resilience and his finishing ability. The fact that he could come back against a championship-level wrestler like Burns tells us a lot about his mental toughness and ability to find openings, even when things aren't going his way. Della Maddalena has been somewhat inactive recently due to injuries. He was preparing for a main event bout against Leon Edwards before being selected as Muhammad's first challenger, which came as a slight surprise considering many expected Rakhmonov to get the title shot. This main event is a classic clash of styles. Belal Muhammad will look to use his wrestling and clinch work to grind Della Maddalena down, while JDM will try to keep his distance and use his boxing skills to find a knockout. The key questions are, can Della Maddalena keep this fight standing? Against Burns, he gave up 7 takedowns, and while he ultimately won that fight, Muhammad is a different level of wrestler with much better cardio. Burns tired out in the 3rd round, but Muhammad can maintain his pace for a full 25 minutes. Muhammad's chin will also be tested. He's only been knocked out once in his career and has faced heavy hitters like Thompson, Neal, and Edwards without being seriously hurt. But Della Maddalena's precision and power present a unique threat. The experience factor also comes into play. Muhammad has gone 5 rounds multiple times, including in championship fights. Della Maddalena has never gone the full 25 minutes in the UFC, and championship rounds could be a significant factor. Another critical element, Muhammad's pressure style forces opponents to fight at his pace. Edwards couldn't shake him off for 12 minutes of their fight. Della Maddalena will need to find ways to create separation if he wants to showcase his striking advantage. So who takes this? Della Maddalena definitely has the power to finish anyone in the division, and Muhammad isn't unhittable. But Muhammad's durability, wrestling pedigree, and championship experience give him significant advantages. I expect Muhammad to implement a similar game plan to the one he used against Edwards. Constant pressure, takedown attempts, and clinch control against the fence. Della Maddalena will have moments, especially early, but as the fight progresses, Muhammad's relentless pressure should wear him down. The Australian will be dangerous throughout, but I see Muhammad retaining his title via unanimous decision after 5 grueling rounds. The champion's experience in 5-round fights and superior cardio will likely be the difference makers. I predict a 49-46 or 48-47 decision for Belal Muhammad. What do you think, fight fans? Can Della Maddalena become the next Australian UFC champion? Or will Belal silence the critics and prove his championship reign is just beginning? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe to MMA Rewind for more UFC content. We'll be back immediately after UFC 315 with full fight reaction and analysis. Until next time, this is MMA Rewind signing off.